أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today we're going to go ahead and continue the lesson 6, level 2B, lesson 6 text analysis. Last class we ended on line number 10. So today we will be continuing from line 11. Inshallah. Okay, Bismillah. Okay. So we say وكان يوسف جوادا كريما مشفقا على خلق الله فأخبره بتأويله. Okay, so as we get started, we start with Kana. We know Kana has sisters. Excuse me, Kana has sisters, yes, but it also has an ism and a khabar Kana. So Yusuf will be our ism Kana. It's in a rafat case, it has a dhamma. Jawadan will be our first khabar Kana. Kariman is our second khabar Kana. And mushfiqan is our third khabar Kana. Why are there three? Well, because these can't be sifa and mawsuf for one another. Each one is describing Yusuf in a different capacity. To continue from here, ala khalqillahi, jar majrur construct, and khalqillahi is an idafa. So ala is our ism, our harf jar, and khalq is our ism majrur. That's why it has a kasra in the jar case. Allahi is our mudaf ilayhi for the mudaf khalq. So khalq is both the mudaf and the ism majrur. But it takes its case from the fact that it's an ism majrur, right? The i'rab or the ending of a mudaf can change depending on its role in the sentence. Allah is our mudaf ilayhi, and it's in the jar case, that's why it has a kasra. فأخبر, so the fa is going to be in ataf. أخبره, this is a past tense, madi, form for a verb. And the hu is our maf'ul bihi. بالتأويل is another jar majrur construct. فأخبره. So Yusuf was kind, generous, compassionate towards the creation of God. So he informed them of his interpretation of this dream, right? وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ جَوَادًا كَرِيمًا لَا يَعْرِفُ الْبُخْلَ. Okay, another sentence with kana. So Yusuf is our ism kana again, and Jawadan is our khabar kana number 1. Kariman is our khabar kana number 2. لا يعرف البخلة. And so here, this sentence jumla fi'liya could also then be our khabar 3 because it's also describing Yusuf. He didn't know what it meant to be greedy. Or you can also say stinginess, right? He didn't know anything of it. So ya'rif was our fi'l mudari, form 1, and bukhla is our maf'ul bihi. فأخبر يوسف بالتأويل. Okay, so what does he do? He gives them the meaning, right, of the interpretation. So what does he do? He informs them, excuse me. So أخبر again, past tense, form 4. Yusufu is my fa'il here. بالتأويل is a jar majrur construct. ودل على تدبيري, dalla is a past tense, form 1. على تدبيري is jar majrur. So what does he do? He informs them of the interpretation of his dream, and then he points them to, or he directs them, or he shows them how to prepare for this. قال تزرعون 7 سنين واتركوا ما حصدتم في سنبله إلا قليلا مما تأكلون. Okay, so he says, past tense, ماضي, form 1. تزرعون is مضارع, form 1 as well. The wow is my fa'il. 7 سنين. So this is technically سبعة. It's a dharf, right? It's telling us how much time has passed. So it's a noun of time. It's an ism. It's a noun. It's a word that's indicating time because it's related to sab'a sinin. So it's what we call a dharf. And this is also in idafa, right? How do we know the 7 is a part of the dharf and it's nasab? Because the sinin. Sinin is indicating time. It's indicating years. So it's acting like a dharf here. And we'll learn more about that in level 3A. وَاتْرُكُوا مَا حَسَدْتُمْ. So وَاتْرُكُوا is a amr, right? It's form 1. وَاتْرُكُوا مَا حَسَدْتُمْ. The ma here is a ma mawsula. It's maf'ul bihi, saying leave what? حَسَدْتُمْ. We said after ma, we always have a jumla that is a sila. حَسَدْتُمْ is that jumla. It's a jumla fa'liya. It is in the past tense. It's form 1, right? It means to harvest. And the tum is my fa'al, right? Tum here is my fa'il. Fi sumbulihi then is a jar wa majrur construct. And sumbulihi is also an idafa, right? Illa qalilan. So here we're not going to go into why it's illa qalilan. Qalilan is mansub for a specific reason, but we'll cover that in level 3A. Mimma ta'kulun. So mimma here, this is actually min plus ma. So we actually have min plus ma, right? Min and ma together. And so this is going to be a jar majrur, right? Jar majrur construct. Ta'kulun then, so the ma is also again an ism mawsul, but here it's in the jar case because it's acting like it's an ism majrur because of the min, right? So we talked about how the ma of mawsul can move around and it can take different roles. Ta'kuluna then is my sila, right? It's the thing that's necessarily connected to the ma to qualify it. And it's a jumla fa'liya, it's fi'l mudari, form one, and the fa'il is my wow, right? So how would we translate this? He tells them, leave what you've harvested in their husks, except for a little bit, from which you will eat. From that, or from what you all will eat from. So he's saying to save the majority of the food, of the corn, or the grain, and then except for a little bit that you'll actually eat from in this period, right? Because of to account for what's going to be taking place with the drought and so on. ويكون بعد ذلك كحط عام. So this should be كحط عام. I think this is a typo. Right? To be كحط عام. Why? Because قحط is our ism kana. It's our drought. There was a drought was after that. It took place after that. Amun is our sifa for this. It should be purple. And it's our ism kana. That's why it's lafa. بعد ذلك is our خبر كان مقدم. It's an early خبر كان. There was after that a drought, a year-long drought came after that. تأكلون فيها عفوا تأكلون فيه ما خزنتم إلا قليلا. So in that time, so he's basically saying there will be after that a drought. A drought will come after that. تأكلون فيه, that you all will eat in it, in that drought. This ha is going back to قحط, right? It's going back to قحط, which is a drought. تأكلون, again, as we saw earlier, is a fi'l mudari, form one. Our fa'il is the waw. فيه is going to be our jar majrur construct. ما حسدتم, the ma again is a maf'ul bihi. You're going to eat what? خزنتم, what you've stored, right? This is madi, form one. The tum is my fa'il. إلا قليلا, again, is like except for a little bit. So in that drought, you're not going to eat all of that you've stored. You're going to eat slowly over time so you can preserve the food. وبعد ذلك يأتي نصر ويخسب الناس. So after that, we know ba'da is a dharf by now, right? We kind of talked about it. So ba'da is what we call dharf, that's why it's nasib. And ba'da dhalika is an idafa. Ya'tiya is a fi'l mudari, marfu'a. The reason why it takes that fatha is because it ends with a ya. Okay. Yeah, I don't know actually, this might not actually need to be here. It would just be ata yati. I don't think that fatha needs to be there. There's nothing causing it to be mansub here, unless something that's hidden causing it to be mansub. So it should just be yati and nasru. So this is form one. Nasru is my fa'il, and yukhsibu is a mudari form four, and nasu is also my fa'il here. So aid came, and the people flourished, right? فأخبر يوسف بالتأويل. This is also a typo. This should be Yusufu. So Yusuf informed them of his interpretation, and he is repeating what we saw earlier. فأخبر فاعل is عطف. أخبر is form for ماضي. Yusufu is our fa'il. بالتأويل is our jar majrur. Dalla is going to be our past tense form one. And remember the root letters for something like dalla is going to be dal, lam, lam. And if we're looking it up in the dictionary, we only look up dal and lam. We only have to look up the first two in Hanzer. Okay, ala tadbiri, jar majrur. Right? So what does he do again? He informs the people of the interpretation and advises them on how to prepare. Okay. Okay, so we have chapter 14. Al-Maliku yursilu ila Yusuf. So the king sends for Yusuf. Okay, so Al-Maliku, this would technically be our mubtada. Yursilu is our jumla fi'liya. That is our khabar. Ila Yusufa is a jar majrur construct. Mubtada, khabar, jar majrur. Yursilu is going to be form past tense. Excuse me, it's present tense. Form 4. Arsala yursilu. He sought out, he sent for. وذهب الساقي وأخبر الملك بتأويل رؤياه. So the Saqi, the cupbearer of the king, was the one that had gone to Yusuf. And so what does he do? The cupbearer, past ذهب first is Madi past tense, and Saqi is our fa'il. فأخبر is also Madi past tense, but it's form 4. Al-Malika is our maf'ul bihi, right? بالتأويل is going to be jar majrur. And تأويل رؤياه is a 3-part idafa. Okay. ذهب الساقي. So the cupbearer went and he informed the king of the interpretation of his dream, right? The ha here is going back to the king's dream, right? Because the king one that is the one that has the dream, and Yusuf is the one that interprets it for him. Okay. وَلَمَّا سَمِعَ. So this should not be limma, it should be lamma. And so when سَمِعَ al-maliku. So here سَمِعَ is a past tense form 1 verb. The malik is a fa'al. هذا is our maf'ul bihi. And هذا تأويلي is a sifa. It's not a sifa mawsuf, it's a badal, but we can call it sifa mawsuf right now. But tadbiri is atif on تأويلي, right? تدبيرا. فرحة جدا. So فرحة, that's going to be our past tense, form 1. And جدا is what we call نائب عن المفعول المطلق. It's emphatic, but it's not going back to the verb. We'll learn more about this in level 3 and level 4, so we don't have to worry about it right now. Okay, قال من صاحب هذا تأويلي. Okay, so let's talk about the translation. So when the king heard this interpretation and the preparation, he was very happy, and he said, من صاحب هذا تأويلي. So he asked, قال, which is past tense form 1. Man here we could say is my mubtada. We could say that can work. And then صاحب هذا تأويلي, صاحب would be my khabar, and هذا تأويلي is an idafa construct. Well, صاحب هذا is an idafa construct. هذا تأويلي is badal again, right? Okay. من هذا الرجل الكريم الذي نصح لنا ودل على تدبيري. So he's asking again. So again, we can say that man is our mubtada. You can also invert this. So sahib technically here could be the mubtada and man could be the khabar. And that depends on how you're approaching the question. Some people approach the question through its answer. So if we said, this man, the companion or the sahib of this interpretation, the one who has given this interpretation is so and so, the man will then be the khabar, so it would be flipped, right? So man hada here, hada is our khabar, and hada rajuli is badal again, and then al karimu is asifa for rajul. Hada rajul al karimu. Right, and they could also, well, no, Karim was describing Rajul. Alladhi, this is also a sifa for Rajul. Alladhi nasaha lana wa dala ala tadbiri. Alladhi, so this is it's a mawsul, right? So it's acting like a sifa for Rajul as well, because he's the one who nasaha. Nasaha is a past tense form 1. And lana is prepositional phrase. Wa dalla is going to be also past tense form 1, and ala tadbiri is also a jar majrur construct. So you should be used to this by now, inshallah. الذي نصح لنا ودل على تدبيري. So who is this generous man who has advised us and pointed us or directed us towards preparation? So it's the question that the king is asking. Okay, and so what does the saqi say? قال الساقي. So قال is going to be past tense, form one. الساقي is going to be our فاعل. هذا يوسف. This is a مبتدا and خبر contract. Is a جملة اسمية. هذا, this is Yusuf الصديق. So مبتدا and خبر. And then الصديق is a sifa for Yusuf. وهو الذي, again, he is the one who, مبتدا and خبر. الذي here is a خبر. So even though الذي is not, we don't see a dhamma on it, it's in the rafa case, right? It's fixed, it's a mabni word. أخبر is past tense, form one. أني is ism anna, so this the ya is my ism anna, and سأكون, the jumla with kana is going to be our khabar, right? It's going to be our khabar anna. And so سأكون is going to be, we can call it, we can say this jumla is my khabar anna, but within that we have kana, and my ism kana is ana, right? سأنا أكون, this is our ism kana. ساقيا or ساقيا is my khabar kana. لسيدي جار مجرور construct plus إضافة, because Sayyidi is my master. Al-Maliki. Al-Maliki is describing Sayyid, so it's the sifa al-mawsuf construct now. Okay. All right. So what does the cupbearer say? He says Yusuf, Yusuf, like the truthful one. He is the one who informed me that he would inform me that I would be a cupbearer for you, the king, right? So for my master, the king. واشتاق الملك إلى لقاء يوسف وأرسل إلى يوسف. So what happens? اشتاق, past tense, ماضي, form 8, right? He like desired, the king like sought out or desired Yusuf. If you want to more literal translation, that would be the king longed to meet him, literally longed for him. إلى لقائي, so جار مجرور construct, and then لقائي Yusufa is an إضافة. Yusufa is in the jad case, but it has a fatha because it is a mamnu min as-sarf. It's a foreign name. وأرسل إلى تدبيري. أرسل is past tense, form 4. إلى Yusufa is جار مجرور construct. The fa'al for أرسل is huwa, that goes back to the king, right? Okay, so the king like longed to meet Yusuf, and so he sent for Yusuf. قال الملك ائتني به أستخلصه لنفسي. So this is now getting into the Quran verse. قال, past tense, form 1. الملك ائتني. So this is an amr, right? He's saying, like, bring him. And this is where we see ata plus ba, right? So let's just highlight that for a second. We have ata plus ba means to bring. So here he's saying, bring me him. This is a amr, form 1, right? O'tuni. O'tuni. So the fa'al here would be the wow, right? It's saying, you all bring him to me. And then the me here is my maf'ul bihi, right? He's asking to bring him to me. Bihi. Bihi is like with him. Bring him to me, right? Like literally come to me with him. That's what will be a more literal translation. Come to me with him, but we'd say bring him to me in English. So this is a jar majroor. Astakhlishu. This means is form 10, mudari'. It's mudari' majzoom. So we'll say it's form 10 and mudari' majzoom because we see the sukoon. The reason why it's a mudari' majzoom is because it's a part of a conditional. So we have a command and then we have a mudari', but it's going to be majzoom because it's a part of this conditional. It's a shart. It's a bring him to me. I will then claim him for myself. Who the ha is my maf'ul bihi, and the nafsi is a jar majroor plus an idafa. Nafsi is myself, right? And li is for myself. Okay, alhamdulillah. So this is the end of the lesson 6 text analysis, inshallah. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.